Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Stretch the Sketch, which I am combining today with May I Scraplift You. And I am scraplifting the fabulous Dorothy Guinan. And this is also a sketch from the December 2021 Stretch the Sketch series. So that is the sketch. Here is the double page layout that she has made. And I am going to shrink it down to a card size. So because this is our 4th anniversary month, we have chosen to scrap lift someone who has done the series in a different size that they have done it in. So basically they have scrap lifted, or they have used the sketch, and we are scrap lifting them. So you can see up in the upper right hand corner there, I've got Dorothy's awesome layout, and I am shrinking it down to a card. So we needed to do it in a different size that they have done, and also not in the 12 by 12 size. So I pulled out a bunch of different papers from my scrap bin, and I'm cutting them into strips, and then I'll kind of decide if I am going to make them into fishtails or tags or ticket type shapes, because that's what she's got in hers. It is also what was in the sketch. I actually did not look at the sketch prior to doing this layout or this card. I just looked at what Dorothy had done and went from there. I must be talking to somebody on Zoom because that's what all those hand gestures must be. So my apologies for that. So I have pulled out my 5/8 inch circle to create the little ticket type ends. And I just put the paper in like halfway and then snip it. That gives me that little ticket cutout. And then the fish banner, I'm using that little arrow punch, but it's just as easy to use the scissors. It's actually probably easier, and I think I do switch to the scissors at some point because I kept getting them off-centered. And so, yeah, scissors are probably the way to go in retrospect. I'm just trying to kind of figure out the length of them because I want them to kind of span the distance of the card top to bottom. And so I do one side kind of measure and then do the other side. And I'm just going to keep layering those up across that card. Now, because I'm doing a card, I'm not going to have as many embellishments or anything like that on mine as Dorothy has on hers. And I love that she stretched to a double page, and that typically is what she does for Stretch the Sketch. And I love that because I know there's a lot of double page scrappers out there, and it provides them a ton of inspiration. So if you are someone who loves double pages, definitely check out her channel. Also, I have a playlist for double page layouts if that is of interest to you, where you can see all of the double pagers that I have done. I do have a card playlist as well, but there's only I don't know, maybe a dozen or less on there. I don't do cards on my channel that often, even though I tend to make cards periodically. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep cutting these so that they just span the distance. I want to bring the colors that are on the right side over to the left side and vice versa. And I think I have a couple of strips of each one represented, except for that red one. The red one I kind of want to stand out because it's got the hearts on it, and it's going to be the piece, the layer that is on the top, to kind of go with my sentiment. I am distressing everything, or inking up all of the edges with black soot distress ink to kind of provide some continuity across all of those different colors. I really like the bold, bright colors. And I feel like when I use the distress ink, it kind of ties everything together and makes them all kind of look uniform or like they were intended to be together. I did pull my colors from that green piece of paper that has the leaves and the butterflies on it. And in these small strips, it's really hard to tell that those, it might be hard to tell that those are butterflies or leaves or whatever. But when you're actually looking at the card, it looks fine. So that is where my color options came from, in case you were wondering. And then I'm just trying to play with the placement because I don't want them to look like they're stacked so perfect that it looks like it was machine made, maybe. I don't know. I want them to have a little bit of variation in the way that they're tilting and the heights and whatnot. Once I get them stacked up, I kind of just peel them back a little and stick them back down with the liquid glue so as not to have to figure out all of that placement all over again. And that works really well. I've done that a lot with these types of either layouts or cards where you've got things stacked up. I just kind of lift them back and glue them down because I can be more sure where my placement is going to be then. And if I get it wrong, I don't have to like peel anything off too much because that's hard to do with the liquid glue. I'm adding just a little bit of baker's twine to the top of that red one because that's the one that I want to be the standout. And then I'm going to work on my sentiment. And while I do that, I'm going to remind you that this is a hop that we are doing every month for Stretch the Sketch, where we take a 12 by 12 sketch and we stretch it into a different size. And that happens the third Sunday of the month. And then for the month of May, we are doing May I Scraplift You, where we scraplift a different creative person each day. And today I chose Dorothy Guinan over at Scrapping Quebec. So scrapping or scrapbooking? I think it's Scrapbooking Quebec. Anyway, I'll put the link to her channel down below. She does normally play along with Stretch a Sketch, so you can easily find her layouts that way as well. So I have a stamp set called Amazing from Simon Says Stamp, and that is what I used for the centerpiece there, You're Amazing. And the outline is a stamp set from from Elizabeth Craft Design. I will put links to those down below for your convenience if that is something that is of interest to you. And then I did use my Rock and Red Catherine Pooler ink for the You're Amazing. And then I just used some black ink for the label. I just finished it off with a few little sequins there to kind of pretty it up a little more. And that is it. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you have questions or comments, leave them down below. I will get back to you as quickly as I can. I really appreciate your time today, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.